Okay, morning everybody. There we go. Okay, so what I've got up on the screen is last night, the overnight chart, just to show you that there's quite a lot of cloud associated with these very weak fronts, and I think that's really what's giving us the upper cloud today and the various areas that will come through. The warm front that's progressing towards us, which will give us the rain overnight, is still a long way away, and it's not showing up on the rainfall radar as of yet. So you can see today we've got this little ridge of high pressure, westerly stroke slightly north or west winds at flying heights, but on the ground pretty much dead westerly or even slightly south of westerly. So at flying heights 260, 270, we're somewhere between these two boxes. 270, 20 knots. I think that's probably going to be about right for the day, looking at all the other predictions. And the TAFs for today, Farnborough, you know when it's a small, short TAF that it's going to be a reasonable day. So what they're saying is 270, 11 knots, few at 3.5. And becoming sometime between sort of 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock tonight, 200 degrees 4 knots. So basically as the day goes on, the wind late afternoon will swing more to the south with the approaching front. SatPic is showing these sort of areas of upper cloud. They're not very thick, which are associated with those weak dying fronts that you saw on the sort of midnight chart. The warm front is well out to the west. I can't even see any sign of it yet on the infrared picture. So it's not going to be a feature today. We'll just have coming and going of mid-level cloud. And normally in the middle of summer, that would just burn off and disappear. But the sun's not very strong at this time of year, so you're still going to see it. Temperature-wise, 14, 15 degrees, so average for this time of year and about the same as yesterday, really. Less windy, so it perhaps won't feel so cold at the launch point. Soundings, because it is going to be soarable today, at sometime by lunchtime, early afternoon, that's talking of just over 3,000 feet, providing the dew points stay where we think they're going to stay. Doesn't appear to be a strong inversion, particularly, so not too much risk of spread out. The Lark Hill this morning showed an inversion at about 6,000 feet, but it was only very small, so I'd hope that would slowly disappear and reduce the risk of spread out. So definitely a soarable day, and Top Meteo seems to think the same. So getting going by late morning, that's 12 o'clock. So you're getting up to 3,000 feet. I think probably by 12 o'clock it'll be 2.5. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3,000, maybe 3.5, as Farnborough predicting. And then come mid to late afternoon, we're starting to see the influence of the weather system coming in from the west. You'll see the upper cloud thickening and the day deteriorating probably late afternoon. But I don't think you're going to see the rain till it's dark, late tonight. And then for tomorrow, rain clearing. And the BBC are saying the same, hopefully clearing us by sometime in the midday, early afternoon. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. In terms of operating today, airspace wise, very little. I've just sort of left this on here as parachuting at Netheravon. It's not likely to affect us, but it does start at 5 o'clock in the evening and run to 2 o'clock in the morning. And apart from that, very little else going on airspace wise in this area. As I said, we're going to operate on 27. We haven't done a sort of pitch inspection yet to see what the grass is like. Well, that will decide how our operation is set up, either runway only or operating normally on the grass. I suspect it will be operating normally on the grass because we've had 36 hours of reasonably dry weather, so things should have firmed up a little bit out there. The only thing to note, there is a Navajo coming in fairly shortly, so we won't set up until that's landed. It won't be here for very long, and then it'll depart back to wherever it's come from. Right, that's about it, folks. Hopefully see you out there. I know there's a fair few people in the restaurant keen to fly. So we'll see you out on the runway fairly shortly.